Okay, is anybody out there, I wonder? Um, I apologize, first of all, for the awful mic quality that'll be fixed in the first stream. Oh, we can take these notes off here. We don't need those there. Not today. And so it's going to be a really quick little video here. This is just going to be how to set up Metamask in case you have not done that yet, which is a really useful tool for interacting with dApps, which of course we'll be building dApps. So this is going to be pretty easy. It almost doesn't warrant a video, but I'll also, I suppose, show you guys how to use it with a smart contract. So, okay, let's see, get Metamask. And we're going to go to the Chrome store. And we're going to add it. Oh, geez. I think I clicked on accident. And you want to be careful. Make sure you get the one that is rated, has all these ratings. My friend actually added the wrong one and got ripped off. So careful with that. Add Metamask. All right. So you can watch this video if you'd like. I'm going to close it. And now I'm setting this up live. I'm going to have to reset this up, as you'll see in a second, because it's going to give me some seed words that I shouldn't be broadcasting. So I'm just going to set it up with those seed words anyway, and then I'll redo the whole thing to actually set it up in a more secure way. Except, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Password in. So now these seed words, this is why I'm going to have to redo this, because this is now live, and anybody who has these seed words will be able to recreate my MetaMask and do anything with my funds that they want. So, but if I was going to set this up for real, I'd want to copy these down or save the words as a file, or you can just say that you've copied it somewhere safe but you don't have to do it, as long as you don't put too much money on here. I mean, if you ignore these warnings here that it's giving us, then you're risking your money. So if you only got $10 on there, it's whatever. If you got more on there, then you really want to follow these security tips. Okay, so now I have an account, one with nothing in it. Let's see, I'll give it a little bit of a tour here. I can switch accounts here, and I can create accounts. I can also import account, and that's where I'd use that, not the seed phrase. Well, you might be able to use a seed phrase, but you can also import private keys. I guess you can't use a seed phrase, but you could use a private key and put in some more accounts here if you have something external. You could just make a new account, and you could name these if you want. So I usually name one, secondary, or I usually have a test account, a test other, I call it, for any contracts that use some other, I have two roles now. I want to test them both out, and then I just have one, and I call it main. Let's see what else. If you should be able to click somewhere here and quickly get so you can show QR code. You can also copy the address to clipboard, and you could put that in on MetaMask or send it away to somebody else for them to send you money. And okay, so I'm going to go to Ropsten, which is the test network. And I'm going to, now if you're on MetaMask and go to Ropsten and then you go to buy, I believe it actually takes you to a faucet. Yeah, see, it's kind of hidden in there. You wouldn't expect to find that there. But this is how you can get some free test ether. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to request one ether from faucet. Now, before I click this, I'm just going to make a point here that this is actually a dApp. This page here. So when I click this, I believe, so I didn't need to put my address in here. You can see it automatically loaded here. I believe that should be mine. Let's look. So yeah, 0xaf 3A51. Nope, that's not that one. Hold on. Oh, here it is, user. There's my address right there, 0xAF3A5. So, and I can click this as much as I want. And it should just load that right up here if everything's working. So I guess we'll just wait a moment. Another thing we can do is take my address here, copy it, go to Ropsten.etherscan.io, and we can put it in here, address, no matching entries. Now, I would expect to see some ether being sent towards it if this button is working. Oh, got an error here. That's no good. And now this is a new PC that I'm installing Metamask on, so now I'm a little bit worried that this is now not going to work now that I've already started putting this stream together. So I'm going to refresh and try request again. And maybe refresh this now, see if there's anything there. So Etherscan, if you don't know, is just a website that is a really useful tool for monitoring the Ethereum blockchain. So if this faucet is really sending me ether when I click this, then that should be affecting the Ethereum network, and therefore it should be reflected here on this page. But as I refresh this, there's nothing there, which is frustrating and confusing. So I don't know what's going on here. And it should also, when I click this, it should pop up on the transactions. I'm also on Linux, and of course Linux, in my experience, is great for introducing random issues and problems. So I'm just going to go Ubuntu. I don't even know if it's an error in Metamask. So, okay, what I'm going to do to test that, I'm going to go to Toastycoin, which is the burnable payment site that I developed, and I'm going to go to Browse, and if Metamask is working, this should be able to load the information. Okay, so it's loading. Oh, there's some new stuff on here. Whoops, I clicked something I didn't mean to. Not all of this is mine. Gas money for people who donate. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out later. In any case, though, this loads. So Metamask is working to some degree. Another thing I guess I can try is go to create and see. That should fetch my address. So fill in some dummy stuff. And now this won't really complete, but it should at least pop up with the Metamask. See, okay, so Metamask pops up. So that all seems to work, and obviously I don't have any money on here yet, so I can't do it, as that's saying. Yeah, I need some Ropsten ether, and this should be giving me some, but it is not doing so. That's weird, man. Let's go try to find another faucet. Ropsten faucet. So a faucet is just a site that gives you free test ether or test cryptocurrency, whatever crypto you're using. Let's try this one, this first one. So there we go. It auto-loaded my address again from Metamask. That's, I guess, a good sign. Now let's click this. Request was accepted. Okay. Now let's go back to this Etherscan page that's watching my address and see if it sees any incoming. Whoa. That's weird. Bunch of them. I don't know why it gave me 7 transactions at once. They're all from the same. Well, they're all from the same. Nope, this one's from a different one. That's confusing. In any case, these should all resolve here. No, they are. Oh, yeah, there we go. So then I got 7 ether. Testnet ether. That's great. All right, so I can close all this stuff. Close this. Close this, I guess, as well. So, all right. So now, if we go to my MetaMask here, We got 7 Ether. I mean, you know, it's fake Ether. I wish it was real, because then I'd have $3,000 more. That would be pretty nifty. But in any case, we're going to now go to Toastycoin. You can go to any dApp that works with Metamask, but I know Toastycoin, so that's where we'll go. And I'll just demonstrate what Metamask is and why it's important. So as I said earlier, first of all, when I go to browse, this information that's loading right now, all these that are open right now are, this is information that's actually on Ethereum. This is not being loaded from a server anywhere. And we'll talk more about that probably on Monday when we get into actually developing a smart contract and what that means. But all this information here is not on a server, it's on the network, and this would not load if I didn't already have MetaMask installed here. So let's see here, let's go to one of these open ones, and this is Ropsten. So I'm just going to go to any one of these open ones, and if you're unfamiliar with burnable payments, I don't want to get too into it right now, but the basic idea is that this person put money into the payment here. And if this wasn't on the test net, this would have some real, you know, request on it. If there's money in there, like maybe pay me a picture or do some work for me. And if I want to do that work, I can click on this commit button. And now this, when I click this, this links to a Web3 JavaScript function. And a Web3, we'll talk about the Web3 library on Tuesday, because it's all a part of the smart contract interface tools. But when I click this, it's going to go through Web3, and MetaMask now is popping up, and it's saying, do you want to do this? It's saying you have 7 Ether, and you're going to send so much to this. And when I click Submit now, Toastycoin has effectively given me an interface that lets me communicate with a specific kind of smart contract called a burnable payment. And MetaMask is the liaison that really makes that possible. So even though, you know, Toastycoin, oh, and there you go, it just resolved. So now we see there's a little bit more Ether in there. And again, this is all happening on on Ethereum itself. But now, and if we scroll down here, we should, I'll probably have to refresh, but we should see that event here. Yeah, so now here, this was just me, just now. So 0.1 Ether deposited and worker committed. And, you know, if I want, I can also log a worker statement. Yo, man, what up? I'll do the thing. I'm going to log this. And again, this is another Web3 method, which will send a command to the smart contract, and I'll submit it. And when that resolves, when it gets mined, to use the correct terminology, then we'll see another event down here. And so, you know, we've been using the test network this whole time with this setting right here. And so I'm, you know, setting this fake money around. I don't really have to worry about it. But if now we go to the mainnet, and this is true for a lot of different dApps, if you go to the main network on MetaMask, the website will reload and try to do the same thing on the mainnet. Now, this burnable payment does not exist on the mainnet. So let's go back to browse. We'll see some other burnable payments that do exist on the mainnet. And so most of these are closed, and these are real payments that I've mostly they were made from me when I was testing out this tool. Some of them have pretty cool story behind them. But in any case, there's 2 more open. And so if you wanted to, and if you had real Ether, you could go to any one of these, you know, read what, so this one's titled Poem Stuff, and I think I just had a silly little request here to see if anybody would commit to it. So if you want to commit to this, feel free. There's half an Ether in there, and you'd have to put in half an Ether yourself, so definitely a steep cost there. But if you want to, you can click commit, and then it's, you know, this is going to say I don't have enough balance. But you could commit, and then you could log worker statements just like in the other one, and do whatever I've requested. So write me a poem is the request there. And if you want to, if you're confused about why you'd ever want to put your own 5 Ether into this really confusing burnable payment, and you want to take the time, I would suggest reading the game theory here, or maybe the example page here. But I think that is enough, perhaps, for a tour of MetaMask. Although one more thing I can do is go off of Toastycoin and instead go to CryptoKitties. sort of the other, let's see, just Google it. Another good example of dApps. You know, not because this is an effective or like a very useful tool, but because it's really well done application. It really demonstrates what smart contracts are capable of. So I can start meow. Oh, I don't want to do all that right now. I wonder if I can log in. It's weird that they make you log in though. They shouldn't have to. I guess I'll do it. Oh goodness. Yeah, nope. Here comes the Metamask. So this is now gonna, I believe, oh, it's asking me to sign a message. So Metamask not only lets you do Ethereum transactions, it also is a signer. So this is using my main account there, and it's using that private key to actually sign something. I believe that's to make some sort of account here. Whole idea with CryptoKitties, it's a little bizarre. You buy and sell these cats, and you can breed them, so you can see they have different colorings here. It's kind of crazy. And if I wanted to, I could buy these and then breed them. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to spend that ether on it, although just doing the conversion here, ether are somewhere around like 500 or 600 now, I think, unless they fell. So that would be, let's see, 2 decimal points. 0.01 would be $5. So that's almost $10 there. That one's almost $10. That one's closer to $5. So I could buy these two for about $15, and I could breed them, and then I could try to sell that cat for some money. When this first came out, a lot of people made, well, I don't know about a lot of people, but you'd see stories online of people saying, oh yeah, I put $40 in, and when it was getting popular, and then I made $2,000. I saw a particular Reddit comment saying that. So anyway, I guess I'm going off on a tangent here, but that's Metamask. Metamask is it's a wallet. It holds ether for you. It's not an exchange. So if I put $2,000 of real ether on this and I lost my laptop and I did not back it up, it would be gone forever. And the important role that Metamask plays is that with Metamask, you can now go to any website that has Web3 code, or to put it another way, you can go to any dApp that's online, and then you can interact with that dApp. You can load information from Ethereum, you can also initiate actions on Ethereum, sometimes by investing money or just by paying the gas of the contract. So I think that's good for now. I'm going to stop the stream there. If you guys have any questions from this, I'm not sure where this is going to be archived yet, but feel free to come to the Slack and my cpacademy.io. You can go there and find all the links, including to the Slack right here. That's an invite link, so that'll get you into the Slack. Yeah, that'll be it for today. Another thing you'll have to solve yourself is how to get funds for your account here. If you're going to go on the test network, you can find it with a faucet very easily, and that's fine for development. But if you want to actually interact with the contract on the main network, then you'll have to buy ether. Even if you're not putting any money into the contract, you need to pay gas when you're using these things, which takes a small amount of ether. So that's another thing you will have to solve yourself if you want to use the main network. With, for example, if you want to open up a burnable payment or engage with a burnable payment. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. I will see everyone on Monday. I'm excited to get started.